Documentation, 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 document. What's going on, you guys? It's Rob Sawyer, the Highway here. I don't even know what day it is today, because I'm trying to stack all this stuff up because I got a lot to talk about. So have a day, and have a good day at that. I'm sure it's going to be glorious. Anyways, today's vlog, or rant, or rave, as you may call it, is going to be on documentation. Let's make sure that it's actually recording here. Hang on. Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, water heater just turned on. Sorry, distracted easily. Why are you still not documenting your stuff? I asked you that question. Why are you not documenting your stuff? You want to live a better life? Start documenting things. I've already gone on a rant and rave about labeling. And these are the things that you label still have a purpose. When you go look at my server rack, I know what goes where because I'm the one that built it. But how would you know what any of this stuff does? Oh, you see this? It's got an AT&T logo on it. This must be the internet. We see a fire cube. Okay, that must be something to do with the theater. But like, seriously, guys, how would you know what all this stuff is? What goes where if you didn't document it? Unfortunately, I cannot show you what good documentation looks like on video because I'd have to edit everything out and blur it because there's a lot of stuff I don't want you guys seeing. Anyways, I'm just going to try to explain on the phone what I do. So let's dive right in. When you're documenting things like your home network, okay, and I have a lot of things documented for like my mom's house and like my sister and her fiance, and I keep track of everything I do. I set up a new network, I take on a new client and I do something, I document everything. I document all the usernames and passwords. And some people go, oh Rob, that's not secure, you could put that in a Word document. I don't care. I write it down. I write it all down. And then I may print it out and I put it in a fireproof safe too. Or back it up again, offsite it, use Carbonite, use a dedicated IPsec VPN like I do, have multiple fiber lines. But seriously, keep it simple, right? Write your stuff down and print it out, and it'll be a good thing. Ah, suspected spam caller. Gonna go ahead and deny you. No one cares about that. Documentation, documentation, documentation. Write it all down. What do you have to lose by writing it all down? It's going to take you an hour, and it's going to save you days of headaches when things don't work. Not if, but when things break. My last video you probably saw... Hold on a minute here. This is Rob. Hang on a minute. I will be back with you in a second. On the radio. You look at my last vlog and you go, oh, I thought your stuff never broke. I thought you never had to power cycle it. No, I don't. I don't have to power cycle it. But things do eventually break. Firewalls go out. Power supplies fail. Batteries get tired and need to be replaced. And when you label everything, like you saw in my last vlog, like from weeks ago or however long it's been now, but you still have to write it down. Like, so the way I organized my documentation, for let's say my infrastructure in my house. Well, my house is kind of a hub because I've got a lot of static IPs, I've got a crazy fiber line, and I've got a lot of different things connected, right? Like I've got a lot of firewalls, and I've got like a lot of switches, and I've got like a lot of things. So I have multiple sheets of documentation for me, but for something simple, like most people watching this video, you would write down the following. You would start at the top and say updated, and you put today's date, and you always keep track of when you modified the document. Then you start with all your equipment and you create a category and you bold and you underline your main things. So you start with Comcast modem details. Then you put install date. Then you put its IP address. You put the firmware version. You put the MAC address. You put the serial number. You put all this information down so that when you need to troubleshoot it, you're not cocking around trying to reach for the bottom. Oh, I'm trying to read the serial number. No, write it all down so you can just sit at your desk and you can explain to the dumbass Comcast guy on the phone what the serial number and MAC address is. Or don't have Comcast on, you'll never have problems. Just stick with AT&T. Anyways, I got a lot of things I can rant about. Those of you that watch my videos know that I can't stand Comcast. Anyways, start with your equipment. Oh, so let's say it wasn't Comcast, it would be AT&T. Here's your AT&T equipment. Here's your modem access code. Here's the default wireless name. Here's the default wireless password. You disabled it because you have your own Wi-Fi system because it's better. And then you say when you disabled it and when you last updated the firmware and when the modem was installed. Then you have your router, the IP address of your router, the username, the password, the firmware revision number, the last time you updated the firmware. Maybe you don't even know what firmware is. Leave it off. Put whatever information you can in it. IP addresses. I've got a massive camera system. I've got their own section of IP addresses. I've got a whole document just on cameras, the IPs, the port numbers, and how that all operates. People look at the core infrastructure, they look at the stuff I have, they go, oh my god, this is unbelievable. How the hell did you do this? Now, the advanced guys that run big businesses like hotels and stuff, they know how it's done because they do it. And they also document their stuff and keep track of it. Most home users don't document. And they think that if you documented your stuff, even if you claim you only have a few things, you'll realize real quick that you got a lot of stuff. Even if you're just an average Joe. You got a wireless printer, and you got to set a static IP address. You have a whole section there under your wireless router setting, or your router settings, or whatever you have. Of course, you shouldn't have wireless routers. You should just have like a regular firewall and like a dedicated AP system, right? Per the last vlog. Anyways, these are the IPs that are assigned from the router or whatever your DHCP server is. This is the static range, right? These are all the statics that are in use. If you do that, battery system. Maybe you got two batteries. Battery A, battery B, then they're labeled with the label maker. Installed on this date. This is the serial number of it. This is how many, like I've got 1,500 VAs, I've got 3,000 VAs. This is how many VAs it is. This is when it was installed. So then when 5 years goes down the road and you failed to label your battery because you don't have a label maker yet for some reason because you didn't buy it on eBay for $14, your battery goes out and your power goes out and now your stuff goes down because you didn't document it and you didn't label it. Okay, I'm starting to sound like Scotty Kilmore from, God, he's a knucklehead. I'm starting to sound like him. Anyways, I don't like Scotty Kilmore. I think he's a lunatic. That aside, focus, Rob. If you document what it is that you have, even if you only have 3 things, it's going to make your life easier. Just document everything. Why not? Why not document it? Have a little Word document and put when you updated it and then print it out as a hard copy. So then if you died tomorrow, the next person that picks it up knows exactly what's going on. So yeah, documentation, like when it was installed, if you have usernames and passwords, like, maybe your router's got a different username and password than your wireless backend system. It's got different, maybe you have multiple wireless SSIDs, so you document that, so you know exactly what it is. Everything is labeled with IP addresses through the label maker, and you have documentation. I've got a lot of air fibers, and I've got remote links, to extend, wireless bridges. I have all that on there. It's like your master, your slave, the IP address, the firmware version, and I can keep track of all of these things. There's a management system that I use called Pessler PRTG. I like it. I'm sure there's other systems that are out there. I'm not saying to go to this extent and go with some crazy management system that alerts you when things go down. I have that because I'm running some crazy infrastructure, but all that kind of flows together, and then when you're trying to set up a nice management system to keep an eye on everything, you have documentation of what everything is. And I'll end on this. The biggest thing I see with any network, big or small, well, no, I don't have any paperwork, I've only got 4 computers. And you look into it, it's like, well, no, you've got 4 computers, you've got 3 wireless printers, you've got 4 iPads, you have 5 iPhones, you have 2 Alexas, you got a phone system. Like, do you not realize you don't just have 4 computers, people? You have a lot of things. And if you write down what it is that you have and you keep track of it in either Word or Excel, however you want to organize it, it makes your life easier. And then, I've got companies that call me all the time, well, I'm getting IP address confliction errors. Well, you're getting that because you don't know what you're working with. If you have a pool of things available, resources, we'll just call it resource group here, and you pull these resources out and you move it from this group to used, and this group to the used, and this group to here, used, and you have in this case, 254 IP addresses possible, right? You have a possible combination of 254 different things. So it's like, you should document when you move things from left to right. Is the simplest way I could say that. And if you do this, it's going to make your life easier. So just document things. You'll thank me later. That's all I have for now. I'm really tired. I'm really getting burned out here. So I'm going to go chill. Maybe I'm going to go plant my garden tonight. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Thank you all for your time. I will see you next time. Document your stuff.